Welcome to Biztech's Jobs and Careers show. Now, our guest for today is Mec Caras. She's the Vice President, Sales and Member Services for Asia Pacific at Herbalife Nutrition. Now, Herbalife is a leading nutrition company which is listed on the New York Stock Exchange. Now, to tell us more, welcome to the show, Mec.
Hi, Brian. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what time you're watching this show. It is a pleasure and an honor for me to be in your show. I heard a lot of really good feedback from my peers, so thank you. My name is Mec. I am looking after sales and member services in Asia Pacific at Herbalife. So Herbalife, as you said, is a trusted leader in nutrition and wellness. We're a global company. We're open in 95 countries. We change the lives of people through our science-backed nutrition and also through our business opportunity. Our products are available for purchase from our independent distributors who are business owners themselves, very entrepreneurial, and they support not just through product access, but more importantly, through the one-on-one coaching, personalized nutrition, and that supportive community. So I'm happy to be here to talk about the prospects of entrepreneurship around zeroing in on millennials and Gen Zs. So thank you, Brian.
Okay, now, can you give us a context in terms of the size of your business in Asia and your footprint as well? Which are the countries that are really important to you?
Thanks, Brian. So Asia Pacific, and with that, I refer to the 14 countries. The bigger markets, as if I could just name them, would be like Vietnam, Indonesia, Taiwan, Korea, and Malaysia. And of course, in Asia Pacific, we make roughly around $1 billion in business. So roughly, so thereabouts. And it is a very important market for the company, as you know, not just because of the size of the population, but also because of that level of entrepreneurial skills that Asians are known for. And I think we spoke about person to person, like Asians are really great at talking to person one-to-one and having that really nice relationship that's typical of Asians, I must say.
Okay, so Mec, then speaking of entrepreneurship, I want to zoom into the crux of the interview, which is around Herbalife's 2022 APAC Entrepreneur Survey. Now, for the benefit of our audience, could you share with us the objectives of the survey? Because this is the fourth year you're doing this, including the sample size, the countries surveyed, and some of the demographics of the respondents.
Thanks, Brian. That's a really good question. So at Herbalife, we always make sure that we know what's out there. So we want to understand the appetite of the younger generation because it helps the company in our product pipeline. It also helps the company in the way we present the business. So we want to make sure that we stay in the know. So what the company has done over the last 3-4 years now, just purely targeting on the young entrepreneurs, was we've conducted the survey and we have seen that 7 in 10 of the respondents are actually keen on starting their own business, which is amazing. And of which half of them think that their age is an advantage. Maybe we could attribute this to the fact that a lot of things are digital these days, more pronounced in the last 3 years or so. So they are digitally savvy. For the Gen Zs, they are digital natives. They know that they could utilize and adapt technology and bring in their own fresh and innovative ideas. We also have seen a change in the economic environment. You would have seen younger people who may want to explore other ways of making money, not just the 8-to-5 job or the 9-to-6 job, stay in the company for 20 plus years to get a watch. So the younger generation, they don't find that really as appealing. So some of them, maybe they want to do a side hustle, like the gig economy has been quite enticing for the younger generation, especially because they see the potential for them to follow their passion, do what they want to do best, work at their own pace. And of course, on top of that, we do have some of the younger generation who also want to put up their own business, not just as a side hustle, but something that they want to do full time. Like they have a deeper purpose. And one of the things that we have also found out through the survey is you need a lower barrier entry, especially for these people to start a business. So once they've started, they learn the ropes, they become a little bit more confident, and hopefully chart a path towards success and eventually financial independence.
So again, these are global trends where basically millennials and Gen Zs are doing side hustles. You're right. One of the key challenges is they're less afraid than to make mistakes. I think that's in your survey, 90% of respondents actually said, hey, if they want to be successful, they need to be less afraid of making mistakes. And that's a big fundamental change from the way we are traditionally wired. What have you done as a company as part of your opportunity? I think you talked about bringing the barriers to entry lower. What have you done as a company to take advantage of some of these trends and findings that you found from this survey?
Right. So Brian, you've mentioned trends and findings. And if I might add to that, apart from the gig economy, the side hustle, the health and wellness segment also is a promising proposition. In fact, it is expected that globally, the health and wellness market is going to grow by $7.6 billion US, which is staggering. And I think you could attribute that to the lifestyle related chronic diseases. You know, as technology becomes more convenient, people are more confined to their desks, to their couches. So alongside that would be chronic lifestyle diseases. And also we see a rising trend in terms of the demand for health and nutrition. So people want to take advantage of their health. And we also have seen that in our priority survey. So people now are very, very much open into taking supplements more than just strengthening their immunity and protecting their gut. They also are interested about mental health and also about their overall well-being. So, and there's this rise also in protein-based nutrition. So you ask about how are we taking advantage of this? If I may add, so because of our hardworking independent distributors, our flagship product, which is the Formula One nutritional shake mix, is the #1 meal replacement brand according to Euromonitor. So we sell about over 5 million servings of Formula One through our independent distributors, and that is consumed daily. So you also spoke about the low barrier to entrance. So for us in Herbalife, there's money back guarantee. You don't have to spend a fortune once you sign up as a distributor, and you may have different reasons. Maybe you want to join us because you love the products that you are taking and you want to enjoy it at a discount, or maybe you've noticed that you could actually have a part-time income opportunity through Herbalife. So people do sign up because of that. And there are others who were able to create a network of independent distributors in their team, and they consider doing Herbalife full-time. So those are the things that the Herbalife offers in the marketplace. You also spoke about fear of failure. So that's a really good question. I was just like thinking about this while you were asking the question, because I'm also a parent. So you know how, and it's a personal experience, if I may share, like in the past with my firstborn, I was like, okay, you need to make sure that you do better in your exams. And, you know, parents evolve. Failure should not be seen as like the end all of everything. And failure, in fact, could be a blessing. So with every failure comes an opportunity. And we've seen that in the survey that we have conducted. So in Asia Pacific, so 90% of them actually said that sometimes you have to fail to be able to succeed, which to me is welcoming, because that would give our, especially the younger generation, that sense of courage to try new things, follow what's in your heart, what you want to do, and just don't worry about failing, because there will be support systems along the way. And if I may share, Brian, that we do have that. What we've seen in Herbalife is a strong support system, the mentoring, the one-on-one coaching, having a system at every step of the entrepreneurial journey is key. to be able to succeed. And the global community is also very helpful because you can start your business, for example, in Manila, where I live. And our distributors in Manila could have businesses outside of Manila. So it's like that. And in fact, there is this gathering of distributors, over 20,000 of them so far have signed up for it in Singapore. So that's taking place in the next couple of weeks. So the networking, the support system is there and it's very strong. And it's going to help bring the confidence to a person who's a bit scared, which is normal, by the way, to try out and venture into entrepreneurship.
Now, and you've brought up a lot of key important points, which are also useful in terms of the overall opportunity as a side hustle, as an MLM business and so forth. But can I draw our attention back to the survey again? What do these people who were surveyed say about common mistakes that they've made and also lessons that they've learned? I think that's a really important thing that perhaps you could share with us.
Thanks, Brian. So I think I've mentioned about having a support system. So that was one of the things. And also being able to make sure that they understand the building blocks of the business. Not being worried about failure, in fact, reframing failure as an opportunity. So those are some of the things, and having a support system, again, was highlighted. So that's a major key for them because that would help them in every step of their journey in entrepreneurship.
I think that's a very good point because essentially a lot of times, whether it's an Herbalife opportunity or other similar sort of business opportunities like this, you have structured programs, you have structured mentoring opportunities as well, you have structured training. So somebody who has no business experience can basically take the baby steps and participate in this opportunity as part of a learning journey in terms of entrepreneurship as well.
You're absolutely right, Brian, because it's an evolving industry. Like, you have to stay curious. You have to make sure that you look outside and see what's happening. So the emphasis on learning and education and personal growth is very much important. In fact, at Herbalife, there is this mantra that says, your income rarely exceeds your personal growth. So it's not just in Herbalife, in business, in life. You have to make sure that you grow as a person, not just, of course, the business skills is one side, but more importantly, as a person, as a human being. So those are the keys to be able to do better in whatever entrepreneurial pursuits you want to go forward for.
Now, one of the key things also is Herbalife is in the right sort of space right now. If you talk about the health and wellness space, that's really a growth engine right now. You talk about riding a wave. Health and wellness is a wave that is the right wave, perhaps one of the right waves to get on. Could you elaborate on some of the key trends that you are seeing in this landscape?
So you're right. So the global health and wellness market is expected to reach, and I think I've mentioned earlier, over $7.6 billion US, which is staggering. So I've mentioned about chronic related lifestyle diseases. And also we see a rise in the priorities of the consumers. They want to take care of their health. They're open to supplementation. They know that the food that they're getting may not be enough to be able to sustain the nutrition that they need. There's also a lot of emphasis on beyond immunity and digestive health. I spoke about mental health. I also spoke about overall nutrition. And more importantly, on top of this would be that community. So we know that studies have shown that somebody who wants to change his or her diet, whether that's losing weight, gaining muscles, they become more successful if they are placed in a community that's supportive, that's positive, because that would help the person reach their goals. And we've seen that very much so in our business. For example, we have nutrition clubs. So nutrition clubs are run by independent distributors. It is not a retail store. It is a location where customers can go and enjoy the products and have a one-to-one coaching. Like some of the clubs, you would see activities like a Zumba, or maybe some of them would go trekking, they would go hiking. So again, that strong community is there to help the customers reach their goal, whatever that may be. So we meet you where you are.
Okay, that's interesting. Now, in terms of the business opportunity, and this is a jobs and careers show. Now let's talk about the business opportunity now in terms of Herbalife. Give us a sense of the types of opportunities and that Herbalife presents to people. Why should I join Herbalife compared to other multi-level marketing opportunities? What makes you different?
Thanks, Ryan. So that's a really good question. So you've mentioned we are listed on the New York Stock Exchange. Herbalife has been in the business for over 40 years. It's long enough, but you can't really say that it's too long enough that it's not evolving. We continue to evolve. We continue to adapt to the changing times. You've mentioned about it, how we always make sure that we stay adapt to the current trends, to the different surveys that the company runs. And also Herbalife has presence in over 95 countries. And also on top of that, we have a product that's needed. In fact, I've mentioned we're the #1 meal replacement brand in the world. Mega trends would say that there's the obesity, the rise in unemployment, underemployment. All these things lead towards wellness as a very viable business proposition. And also we have a brand that is relevant. And we have a team of committed distributor leadership who is there to make sure that every person who joins, they are supported. We also give a lot of emphasis on compliance. So we do have a team that's called Member Business Practices and Compliance. So the key there is to make sure that our distributors are aware of the do's and don'ts, the rules of the road, because for us, we always take the high road. So there's a proactive approach to making sure that we help our distributors understand the rules of the road so they don't commit mistakes. So we take pride in that. And also, if I must say, we are one of the most giving in terms of our distributors. Our distributors support the Herbalife Family Foundation. It's all about giving back to the community. It's a non-stock, non-profit organization which improves the lives of the children around the world in Asia Pacific. As of 2022, we have a total of 41 CASA Herbalife programs. And in 2022, we were able to raise almost $1 billion to support these programs that benefit over 100,000 rather children in Asia Pacific. And our distributors don't just contribute their money, they also contribute their time. So they would visit the CASA Herbalife programs. We have this Nutrition for Zero Hunger, which is a STAR program where we partner up with schools and foundations to help the children under the program have healthy habits with eating and exercise. And also we make sure that, because nutrition is very, very important in the development of the children. So those are the things that I think makes us somewhat different, if that's the word you want to call it, Brian. And we are a direct selling company. So direct sales has been around for over 100 years. It's like one of the oldest careers, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
We have heard of stories of the next generation who have also taken advantage of the success of their parents and their grandparents, if you will, in the field of direct sales. Direct sales continue to evolve, and it actually, I think the major benefit there is person-to-person selling. We don't find us in the shops. There's somebody there to hold you by the hand and make sure that you have personalized coaching and you reach your personal goals, whatever that may be.
Now, Mec, it's been a fascinating conversation. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thanks, Brian.
Now, I'm Brian Fernandez, and we've been speaking to Mec Caras. She's the Vice President and Sales and Member Services for Asia Pacific at Herbalife Nutrition. This video and podcast will be on our social media platforms as well as our website, www.biztech.asia. Please like and subscribe to our various platforms. Thanks a lot for tuning in.